Coming in at number 6, lockout tagout. One of the hazards too often overlooked is associated with stored or potentially hazardous energy, otherwise known as lockout tagout. Failure to use proper lockout tagout procedures could be because people think it's just for electrical work, which is far from the truth. OSHA issued over 2,500 violations this past year for lockout tagout. To understand and recognize types of exposures, hazardous energy may include chemical, mechanical, electrical, thermal, and more. Workers should be trained and familiar with how lockout tagout could affect them, how to recognize when lockout tagout is needed or is in place, and what is required before doing any job that requires lockout tagout. Lockout refers to the act of placing a physical barrier, such as a lock, cover, or chain, that prevents a machine or equipment component from being turned on or activated. Failure to properly lock out and tag out equipment can result in injuries to workers who are servicing, repairing, or adjusting the equipment. Always remember the following. Recognize when equipment is locked out, tagged out, or both. Look for tags, signs, or locks at startup points, switches, valves, or control panels. Never tamper with or remove a lockout or tagout device. Only trained employees should perform lockout tagout. Identify and label all sources of hazardous energy at the work site. Never attempt to bypass a lockout or tagout device. When there is the potential for more than one worker to be servicing the same equipment, that requires lockout tagout procedures to be in place. It's best for each worker to have their own lock and tag on the equipment to ensure the safety of each individual is maintained. Remember, lockout and tagout should always be used together to maximize safety. And that's another Safety Saturday moment. Until next week, stay safe.